Good afternoon and welcome to the Perkins Garage's YouTube channel for a Ford Puma Vignale walk-around video. But before we do get started, if you like the Perkins Garage's content, why don't you hit the subscribe button and never miss a minute of us again. The walk-around video. Okay, so this is a Ford Puma Vignale MHEV, so it's a mild hybrid electrical vehicle. What that means for you is there's no plugging in, there's no waiting for it to charge. You simply get in it, drive it like any other vehicle and get some really good MPG at the back of it. That is partially thanks to the 1 litre EcoBoost engine that is producing 155 PS of power. That 155 PS of power is then transmitted through a 7-speed automatic gearbox. The vehicle itself is registered on a 72 registration, meaning we'll take Ford warranty with us until October 2025. The vehicle has only done 8,500 miles, but like always, I'll get the exact number once you're on the dash in a minute. So let me take the time to walk you around this lovely Ford Puma. We're going to begin at the near side front of the vehicle, and I'm just going to click or get the remote central locking out of my pocket, wake it all up, and that gives you the daytime runners in those lamps. They might appear to be flashing in your videos simply because the frequency in which my camera records that, but let me assure you in real life they just give you the ultimate visibility no matter what the lighting condition. Just below the headlights there we have front fog lights, they're LED front fog lights, and front parking sensors which trail all the way around the front lip of the bumper. That little section there greyed out is part of the driver assistance pack, and you guessed it, I'll cover that once we're inside the vehicle. Moving around the bumper now, we get to the offside front wheel where we can see these lovely 18-inch machine cut alloy wheels. So you have the gloss black behind with a silver shiny face at the front. They really do give a nice two-tone aesthetic to the car. So as you can see, we have the chrome strips along the windowsill and the door sill at the bottom there, and also at the front there, so it really does add to the aesthetic of the two-tone. We have ST line badging on the offside and near side front wing. I'm just going to draw your attention to the windscreen quickly. That is a sensor for the automated lights. The sun goes down, the moon comes up, and your lights come on. In the top part of the windscreen there we have 3 more individual sensors. One there is a traffic speed sign camera, and we have one for the automated wipers and also one for the auto high beam assist. Back down to earth now, we're going to start to look around the body of the car. And before we do that, honestly, this Puma's got so much spec on it. So let me take a second to go to half zoom. So a tap behind the door handle here will unlock the vehicle. A tap on those 4 lines there will lock the vehicle. And they are power folding and heated door mirrors. Not only that, if I go back to normal zoom now, we have blind spot assist monitors. So that little image of the 2 vehicles there will illuminate orange if someone's in your blind spot, either on the near side or the offside of the vehicle. It takes a step back now, so now we're at the offside rear. Get my camera to focus, there we are. At the offside rear of the vehicle, and this is the point in the video that I shimmy the camera all the way from the top to the bottom, showing you just how lovely all the body panels are. We can link that round to the offside rear wheel. Again, you've got some beautiful Continental tyres on there and rear discs and pads. Coming around the rear now, we've got rear parking sensors, so front, rear parking sensors, complemented beautifully with a high definition reversing camera. So if that wasn't enough for your parking assistance, we also have the Ford Active Park Assist. So this vehicle will quite literally park itself for you. Big fan of the chrome strip at the bottom there as well, next to the dual pipe exhausts. Really does look the business. So once again, we're at the near side rear now, and I'm going to start the camera nice and high, and I'm going to shimmy the camera all the way down, giving you a good idea of all the condition of the bodywork there. Now eventually we'll get to the near side rear wheel. Very good look at that. And we'll follow that all the way down to the near side front, and we can have a look at the near side front wheel. Again, keyless entry features on both the door handles, not just this one. We've got 2 front keyless entry access points. Okay, get the remote central locking key out of my pocket once more, double click on the boot button, and that opens up the power tailgate. So you do have the button on the right hand side of the boot seal to then shut it again afterwards. A very convenient system indeed. You have a faithful multi-level boot in the Pumas, so you have very high volume in these Pumas, but if you weren't needing the full capacity, higher up the boot liner, it gives you a lower entry point, or a higher entry point, so you're not bending down as much to put things in the boot. In addition to that, when you pull that upwards, it gives you storage in the Ford Mega Box. This one in particular has a spare wheel. It's underneath this little cover here. Oh God, it's all falling down on me. Underneath that cover there, space saver spare wheel with all the relevant tools and jacks you need to change the tyre on the side of the road. But it gives you, again, a nice storage space under there as well. So that's the boot, and that is the body taken care of. So now it's time to have a look inside the vehicle. So let's begin in the rear. Well, keyless entry. It was a safety feature. If you don't go inside the vehicle within 30 seconds, it will then self-lock itself. So just a quick click on the key, and that will open up the rear. Okay, so starting at the door cards, you have a really hard-wearing durable plastic on the sides, a soft touch leather on the handle there, and electric windows feature on every single door card. Spinning the camera around, we have floor mats in there already, and some beautiful Vignale leather inside this vehicle. So it's the perforated leather with the white stitching holding it all together. It looks amazing. So it's very, very durable, very comfortable, very padded, and it's going to be a fantastic interior for a long time. For the kiddies, we have two ISO-fixing seats, so one on the near side rear and one again on the offside rear. And this is a lovely time to start talking about panoramic glass opening roofs, and if I prise the camera upwards like that, you can just see how much light that's letting into the cabin. But again, it's a very low lining, low sitting pan roof, as you can see there, with a complimentary fly catcher added. Now I'm only joking, it's to distort the wind coming into the cabin so you don't get a horrible droning noise. But it's always nice to have a panoramic glass opening roof in Blighty, where it looks like it's about to thunder. Anyway, opening up the driver's door, we have interior locking just in front of the mirror controls, and the mirror controls just there. We have a folding function and a locking function. 4 electric windows are featured on the driver's door card. I'm going to spin the camera around now. So we have the ST line badging on the door sills there, and again we've got some really good condition Vignale leather in there as well. So these seats are a little bit special. I'll show you for why in a minute. What's to do with that button? I'm just going to jump inside the vehicle now. You're going to hear a bit of distortion on the microphone, so please just bear with me for a moment. Okay, now we're inside the vehicle. The exact mileage on the dash displayed is 8,632.8, and we got there in the end. So this is a digital driver display. So that's what appears, the nice Puma badge as you get in. Click on the start stop button. That will then start everything up. So let me give you a quick breakdown of what we're looking at. The first thing I'm going to do is shut the pan roof, just in case it does start raining. So the digital driver display, we have a individual mode button, which I shall show you in a moment, and we have different drive modes, whether that's normal, eco, sport. We've got slippery and a trail there as well. So you've got individual drive modes depending on the condition, but any mode you put it in, it's going to change the aesthetic of the screen to give you a eco intent there. So if we just break down what we're looking at ahead of us quickly, very simple, and it's very well laid out. So going from left to right, we have a coolant temperature sensor, a digital fuel gauge. At the bottom there we have the odometer, so the mileage. We have a gear selector indicator, ambient air temperature, and a digital fuel readout. The right hand side we have your seatbelt warnings, your automated stop start, and we have the digital fuel gauge down the side. RPM times 1000 is the counting the revolutions of the engine, in particular the crankshaft. And in the middle we have a digital driver display that we can control using the arrows on the right hand side of the steering wheel. So we're using return, OK, arrows up and down, and the menu button. So we have a hybrid gauge in the middle there. We have the live tyre pressures. This vehicle is due to go for the workshop, so please don't pull me up about the tyre pressures. It's about to go for a used car prep tomorrow. I already booked it in. We have fuel economies. We have different trip computers there, trip 2, and back to a hybrid gauge. We have different screens you can select. You can have your audio on there and also have your navigational directions inputted as well. Okay, in the interest of time, let's progress. So we have a lovely 7-speed automatic gearbox, and that includes flappy paddles on either side of the steering wheel. So down is your left hand side and up through the gearbox is on your right hand side. On the right hand cluster again we have all the arrows I was using to control the menus, and at the bottom there we have a voice command, we have a pick up, a decline and previous and next song function. The left hand side of the steering wheel is where the magic of the adaptive cruise control takes place. It's a very ergonomic place to have it just on the edge of your thumb. Very easy to set your speed limiter, set your speed and set your distance to the vehicle in front. This one at the bottom left is lane centering, so that will keep you in between the white lines as you're driving down the motorway. At the bottom we have a volume minus, plus and a mute button. Okay, let's progress into the central reservation. It's around 11 minutes already, incredible. Down here we have buttons. We have a mode button to control the different drive mode, traction control on and off, automated park. We have one there for the parking sensors on and off, and we have one there for the automated stop start. Just ahead of that we have the selector shifter, gear stick, anything you like, for the automatic gearbox. So you've got unlock at the bottom there, you can pull that forward to your relevant drive gear. Whilst that is in the position, we have a 12-volt socket, a USB A, and that is for your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a wireless charging pad there as well. So what I'm going to do now is conveniently put it into reverse, and that will give us the rear camera on the screen. So I was lost for words. The rear camera there, and at the top right we have the proximity sensor for the front and rear parking sensors. Sliding it back into reverse quickly, and I'll click on the automated park button, and that will display a parallel park out, a bay park in, and a parallel park in. Using the indicator to dictate which side of the road you shall be parking on, it uses the sensors all the way around to dictate whether you can get in or out of the parking space. It's a very good feature if you're not very confident with your parking and require parking daily, whereas a parallel park you absolutely dread in the morning. That's a fantastic system. Okay, before we talk about the screen, let's just do the rest of the heating, ventilation and air conditioning controls. This vehicle has the winter pack, so we have heated front seats, which are freeway adjustable, heated steering wheel and electronically heated front screen. If I can turn that off. There we go. Fan speed to the left, temperature to the right. We have different flows of vents in the middle, front and rear demist, automatic function, recirculation and air conditionings down the bottom right. Moving the camera upwards now, let's talk about this. This is a Sync 3.4 module. We've got the dark blue band at the bottom, so we know it's the latest software. On audio, we can go into sources, and we have sources such as FM, DAB and Bluetooth. Coming out of there, we can go into the phones. This is predominantly for the Bluetooth
Search for
connectivity.
your vehicle on your device and select it once it is found.
Thank you. So Bluetooth's in your phone. Go into navigation there. We have a fantastic sync navigation system. Very simple to use. Let me give you a quick demo. Click on the search bar. You'd like to come to Perkins to look at this Puma. You're going to need to put in Charlie Mike 776 Sierra Alpha. So it's very responsive indeed. So that's it. Got your route all sorted, and again if you click start you can have your navigation appear on your driver display. Okay, so we come out of navigation, back to the home page, click on settings. We have driver assistance on board, so that includes things such as cruise control, speed limiter, lane keep system, pre-collision assist, traffic sign recognition, rear view camera. We've got blind spot assist, wrong way alert, cross traffic alert and driver alert. We got a B&O sound system on here, so really upgraded sound system. It sounds incredible. I am a massive fan, and if you're into all your music and changing around the volumes, you can do so in there. I believe that's 10 individual B&O speakers. 10 individual speakers, take my word for it. Okay, we also have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on this monitor, so plug your phone in using a USB data cable and it will pretty much mirror your phone onto the screen. Take advantage of all your features such as your voice assistant, Siri or Google Assistant. Got different navigations, whoever you like using Google Maps, Apple Maps, Waze, they can all be used on the screen, but most importantly it keeps your hand off the steering wheel whilst you're driving, so you can receive and send text messages all by your voice and the sounds. It's a very nice feature. Okay, I think I've covered about everything. So what I'm going to do is click on the button on the side of my seat which exposes the massaging seats. So whilst I've been sitting here, I'll be getting a gentle rub down, which has been fantastic. So you can change the upper part of the seat, the lower base of the seat, and even do the proper lower base of the seat. Again, it's not only for the driver, we've got the passenger controls there as well, so keep the better half happy, and you can change that to be rolling up the back, rolling down the back, different intensities there as well. So very nice massaging seats. Okay, sorry it feels quite rushed, this one, but there's so much to cover. I don't think I'd ever cover it all if I don't rush through it a little bit. Any other questions or comments you may have, please leave below, or get in touch using the number 01376 550 899, which appears to be Armageddon outside. Wish me luck, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Bye bye.